Charlotte Lane is with us, Republican candidate for Congress in the 2nd Congressional District. What does the Second Amendment mean to you?
The Second Amendment means that we have the right to bear arms. I am a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. I am a member of the NRA, and I will not do anything that will diminish the Second Amendment protections that we have under the Constitution.
Are there any, under your interpretation of what the Second Amendment means, are there limitations on the Second Amendment on an individual? Are there limitations on an individual's ability to keep and bear arms?
Not that I'm aware of.
So I could have a bazooka?
Yes.
Okay. What is... Talk Line on Metro News. Welcome back. I just emailed a couple of listeners and asked them about the bazooka question. Is the bazooka question a trick question? Is the bazooka question an unfair question? I don't believe it is, and I'll tell you why. Because and I'm not out to trick anybody. I'm really not, because just about every candidate in West Virginia, particularly conservatives or conservative Republicans, is going to be for the Second Amendment, understand that the Second Amendment means right to keep and bear arms, which is what I think. I think the Second Amendment means that you have a right to keep and bear arms. It's not just about a militia. It's about an individual's right to keep and bear arms. However, rights the courts have said over and over again that there are limitations to rights. As some of you just drive off the road when I say that, but it's true. Free speech. There are limitations to free speech. Fire in a crowded theater. If you slander or libel someone, there's recourse there. So there are or speech that incites. So there are limitations. Same way with the Second Amendment. And don't take my word for it. Listen to Justice Scalia. And he was really my guidance on this. And this was in my research for one of the pieces I wrote about the Second Amendment. I just quickly went back and Googled it. And this is from an interview he did a year or two ago. Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia said the Constitution's right to bear arms isn't absolute and could be changed in the future. Scalia, a card-carrying conservative and stalwart of the court's right-leaning majority, told Fox News Sunday, the Second Amendment's language, allowing citizens the right to own weapons, doesn't mean they can own any weapon they want. Quote, there are some limitations that can be imposed, Scalia said. What they are will depend on what the society understood were reasonable limitations at that time. And this was talking about a 2008 case where the Supreme Court declared that a handgun ban enacted, that was the D.C. case. I think that was the Heller case, where they said that they declared that D.C.'s ban on handgun ownership was unconstitutional. But they did not say, which was a big case because it said that you have a right to bear arms, but it didn't say that that was an unlimited right. Scalia said, and he wrote the opinion in the case, he said it will have to be decided in future cases what the limitations are. Some undoubtedly are, Scalia said. When asked whether constitutional protection would extend to weapons used by James Holmes in the Colorado movie theater that allowed one to fire dozens of rounds per minute, Scalia said, we'll see. I mean, obviously, the Second Amendment does not apply to arms that cannot be hand-carried. It's to keep and bear, so it doesn't apply to cannons. But I suppose there are handheld rocket launchers that can bring down airplanes, so that will have to be decided. So the point being that that's sort of a moving target, but it isn't it is a right with limitations. The point is, where are those limitations? So just to establish that, and you may believe that a bazooka is within the realm of the right to keep and bear because you could bear it, you could hold it. It's just a question. That's all. I'm really not trying to trick. I'm trying to establish what you believe the Second Amendment means. That's all.